Hello everyone, today we're going to take an amazing tour of a Japanese company in Kyushu, Japan that is a tier 2 supplier for Lexus. They build interior body parts for the Lexus cars, and this is a progressive die stamping line with robotics that pass the parts from each die to the next one. Now, the very end one, something very unusual is going on here. They actually have 2 dies in one machine, and the robot's passing it within the die. It's pretty incredible. So I'm here at Ichi-E Industries, and this is their 3Sing, okay, sort, sweep, and sustain board. And they have a checklist here, what everybody has to do. This individual right here, his job for 20 minutes in the morning is to clean the lights. Now, everybody in the company does the 3Sing except for one person, the president. The president's job is to inspect. Now, they're even measuring the light bulbs that they're put in correctly, that the angle is in right, and that the label is exactly straight, and the president will actually touch the light to make sure that it's perfectly clean and the label is lined up. That is the precision that they're looking for and what they're training their people for. This is a tier 2 Lexus supplier. Quite amazing. We're going to step into their toilets, which are absolutely immaculate, and the general manager explains what the inspection looks like from the president. So once a month on the 2nd, there's an inspection day. All day long, the president is inspecting everything. He goes into the toilet without a glove on, opens it up, and wipes his hand on the inside, making sure it's perfect. He is looking for every detail to make sure the company's standards are maintained, and you'll see that later on at the level of inspection that's happening on the actual parts. Now, I was fortunate enough to be able to visit this plant because of Mr. Amazawa, who is with us on the tour, former vice president of Lexus. And this company is part of the Lexus Kaizen Study Group. So these are teams of companies from around the Kyushu area that work together to learn Kaizen and that are basically taught by Lexus, and they all work together. It's just incredible, the 3Sing that goes on. Now, they only do 3Sing because they've simplified it. Just like we have at FastCap and we learned from Hawks, we don't do 5S, we do 3S, and they do it here as well. Now, this chart is fascinating. Part of the inspection process is everyone is graded on the quality of job that they're doing. So every process, every 3Sing activity is graded. This is the trash that the president found on the floor when he was cleaning because it was not clean enough. You see all their 3Sing activities here. It's just immaculate. The general manager is now showing me a book that everybody carries through, which are all the principles and guidelines that the company runs by. Everybody must have this on them at all times. If they don't, it's a $500 fine. So a quick overview of the plant. This is the old plant and then the new plant, which we're going to go into now. Now, the new plant is beautiful, and the entire plant is run by about 7 people, and it's just absolutely massive, huge machines. So they're stamping out all kinds of body parts for Lexus, and these are the dies, and then here are the stamping machines. Now, when we were there, they actually found a defect in one of the parts, so the workers had to go inside the huge stamping machine. They put that red stand there, which keeps the die from shutting on them when they're in there. It's a safety device, and it's Poki-Ok'd, which is very interesting because I saw them stop the machine and grab it. So that red jack stand was over here. They had to pull it out, disconnect, insert something into the machine, into the breaker system, so there's no way the machine could go on when they're in there. It was a double Poki-Ok'd system. So one of the principles inside that book is never trust a machine and always work as a team. So it's very interesting. When I was there, a Chinese girl who was actually an intern working for the general manager, I asked her, what's the difference between China and Japan? She said in Japan, they work as a team. In China, they work more as individuals. And here's the defect they found, a tiny little speck in this part. They stopped everything, this entire line, to find it. And then they proceeded with 100% inspection. So recently a part did get to Lexus that had a defect, and the result was 3 months of 100% inspection of the part. So at the end of the day, this is what Japanese excellence looks like. Remember, attention to detail, very precise. This is a recycling area where the excavator actually magnetically picks up all the scrap and then recycles it with a local vendor. It's really quite remarkable. This was an amazing experience to be able to get inside this high-level Toyota Lexus supplier. This place was over the top. And remember, if you want to understand Japanese quality, remember what Noriko Bodak said. The definition for the Japanese of quality is the bunzai. attention to detail. You see it everywhere in Japan.